just use your grabber to perform a reverse procedure of how we got the screws out, put them in, and just lightly turn it so the threads just catch, and it's just above the thread point, not too far in, because we'll do that all the way around, because then we can have a final adjustment if some are not quite lining up and some are, and then we can start tightening them up afterwards, after we've, so we leave them in, like still fairly loose, so we can have that final, if you can see that moving down there, that final play and adjustment, and get everything lined properly before we tighten them down, lock them down. Okay, I actually have some of these USB back panel clips. This one's got firewire on as well, 1394, but this board doesn't have a firewire connection on it. To be fair, there is still two free USB 2 headers, so if I do have an extra expansion port left after I've put the expansion cards and the graphics card in, obviously, then I may still just use the one of them for the USB side, and have to I'll probably wrap that up and tie wrap that the 1394 part up the top, and just use the USB 2 on that one as well. But definitely be using the one of them, because I'm not sure if it had the same amount of USB 2 in total as the last board that I removed. I want to make sure that all my peripherals, my printers and scanners and everything else is going to plug into the new setup just fine. Okay, once we've got it all put together, well, not all of it, but for the majority, turn that on. You can see that the CPU cooler, the fan is going around. We've plugged up the monitor to the graphics card. We haven't put all the hard drives and even the optical drives. Notice while I was pulling the old system out, the SATA cable dropped out of the hard drive, so I have to now systematically see which hard drive is which. So I've put one in at the minute, which I think is the solid state drive that I want to put the fresh install of the operating system on, and we can see that it's been picked up there. We've into the BIOS, everything's working. The CPU's fine, that's working properly. The temperature of the CPU is actually not bad with that cooler and the gold paste. 2829C. Right, 84 Fahrenheit, if that's what you're working. So it's all up and running. Now I've just got to do the painstaking part of finding out which hard drive is which. Right, now you can install your version of Windows when ready. I've removed a lot of the hard drives to make sure there's no errors, and only plugged in the hard drive that I want to add Windows to. If you actually press the load driver and then browse before you install it, you can actually a browser will pop up and you can actually check your hard drive or drives if you do have more than one plugged in there, just to make sure there's just some empty folders left in there. So this is the drive that I wanted to install Windows 2, so that's okay. And then you can just press you just press back to get back off it, to be fair, and then you can just come back, format this partition from here before installing Windows to it. Okay, so it's registering correctly for the processor. 6 cores, 12 threads. Maximum speed is 2.5. It's obviously speed stepping down at the minute to 1.18. So everything so far seems to be okay. I did notice that in the UEFI BIOS, the 1600 MHz DIMMs were being detected as 1333 and one as 1067. So I hard set that to 1600. That's pretty much the only thing so far. That might be a problem. That might be, you know, something that a BIOS update to the motherboard might you know, sort out there. But otherwise so far everything seems okay.